Let's start to think about your e-commerce store. What is the first thing that you'd like to have right now? Think about it. The answer would be customers, right? Some users who come to your website, interact with your products, and then they make a purchase. Your ultimate goal as an e-commerce owner or a marketeer is to drive traffic, interact with your products, and make a purchase, right? So in order to do that, there are multiple ways you can drive these interactions through your website to drive a purchase. First, I'd like you to think of a funnel, which is a marketing funnel, and that will drive all our subsequent conversation. The marketing funnel represents your business. Think about it. You have multiple people that are visiting your store. Some of them are more interested in specific products, and then some of that fraction make a purchase. This funnel represents the foundation of your e-commerce business. And it's essential to understand how this funnel works throughout the different stages. But first, let's take a step back. What we mean by top of the funnel, middle of the funnel, and end of the funnel. And then in the next step, we'll learn what activities as an e-commerce you can do throughout the different stages of this funnel. So in the beginning, think of the top of the funnel as the main foundation that attracts traffic to your e-commerce store. This traffic can sometimes be highly interested in your products, mildly interested in your products, or not interested at all. So the first step is you have to learn how to attract traffic to your website or your mobile application. There are multiple ways that you can do that through digital marketing, direct messaging, affiliate marketing, and so on. So let's see what are the possibilities to attract traffic for your business. One of them is the typical social media marketing. Basically, you go for the different social channels, you do some advertising, displaying your products, and attract some traffic to your website. So you can run a campaign that displays your product through Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, Twitter, LinkedIn, and so on. These are social channels, and they are really important driver to attract traffic. Another way to attract traffic is by paid advertising on search engine, which is commonly known as pay-per-click advertising. Why is that? Because users, when they click on a specific ad that you're displaying on search engine, you start to be charged. Search engine advertising is very critical and complements your marketing effort, especially on the top of the funnel. Why? Because Google represents high-intent users. Think about it. If you'd like to buy anything, the first thing that you do is to go in the search and then type the thing that you're looking for, and then Google will display some products for you. Most of the e-commerce rely on Google to attract high-intent users that are searching for a specific product. Also, you can bring traffic to your e-commerce by affiliate marketing. So basically, you reach out for influencers to display your product or service and just say some nice things about it, and then drive some traffic that interacts with your products and your website. So affiliate marketing is becoming more and more pronounced in the digital marketing landscape. Finally, you can drive traffic organically, just by simply the brand recognition or having SEO, search engine optimization. So you can actually rank in the search engine when someone searches for a specific item organically without having to pay anything. So as you can see, you have multiple ways to drive traffic for your store, whether through paid media and social media and search engine or organically. That's the first step. Now you've gathered some traffic and the traffic entered your website. This traffic will start to interact with your brand and some products, categories, and so on. And that takes us to the second part of the marketing funnel, which is how to interact with users who already have made some actions in your website. So imagine this. A user enters your e-commerce and then starts to navigate different products and then adds certain products to the cart and then leaves. What happens now is most of the e-commerce will start to re-engage this customer and interact with them based on the interactions that they've made inside your website. This is commonly known as the retargeting. So now I'm retargeting users based on the interactions they've made across the different channels that I can reach the customers through. So for example, customer X has just added an iPhone into the cart and then left. I can employ social media retargeting or search engine remarketing, or a mix between both these. But actually, let's take one more step into this. Imagine this. This customer adds the product to the cart and starts to populate his personal information, such as his name, email address, mobile number, and location. Now, the e-commerce store has valuable information about that specific user, which can use to retarget this user through different channels. Some additional channels will be unlocked depending on the data available for the e-commerce. So right now, I know about this user, his phone number, email, so I can retarget this person with an SMS and email. As you can see, the lower you go through the funnel, the more channels will be unlocked for you to interact with your users. Finally, the retention-based activities, or the end of the funnel. After a customer is making a purchase, how to induce this specific customer to make a second, third, and fourth purchase. It's very critical for brands right now to understand how to maximize the lifetime value of the customer. Because think about it, most of the advertising budget is spent on the top of the funnel to bring the traffic and make the first purchase. Let's see this statistic. On average, to retain a customer, it takes 1/10 of the fraction of the advertising cost to acquire this user. So basically, if you acquire the user for the first time, you've done most of the heavy work. Now, it all comes down to how to interact with your existing customers in a way that induces them to make second and third purchase. It's very reasonable to think that making a second purchase is way much simpler than making a first purchase throughout any different e-commerce. Successful e-commerce are those who understand this principle very well and understand how to leverage their user data in order to maximize the lifetime value of their customers. Throughout any different step of the marketing funnel, it all comes down to the data that you track and how you can engage with the customer based on the information that you've gathered about this specific customer. Whether it's the top of the funnel activity or end of the funnel activity, it all comes down to how you can leverage all these information and make sure that you personalize the engagement responsive to the user interaction. So a couple of lessons are taken away from this. Number one, you need to have very advanced tracking system to track the different activities throughout the funnel and know what the user is actually doing inside my website. Second thing is, you have to have diversified engagement channels to make sure that you're present across the different channels. The third thing is, learning how to retain your user and leverage user information is critical to minimize your marketing budget, or let's say, maximize the return on your marketing budget. Finally, as you've seen, it's very important to think in terms of the funnel and which activities I can have throughout the different stages. Engaging with the user throughout the different stages with different channels is what creates the omni-channel experience, a word that you probably have heard multiple times. Throughout this course, we'll be learning a lot about the omni-channel marketing and how you can introduce automation to make sure these little tiny engagements that happens throughout the different stages of the funnel are well optimized and seeks maximum return on ad spend. In the next step, I'll share with you how automation is essential to maximize the return on marketing spend throughout the different stages of the funnel and make sure that your engagements are personalized, tracked, and optimized for the best possible results.